scriptorium,
Mm-hmm.
and the runes in there and the books sort of awakened on us and began zapping us with lightning, but we were able to settle the thing down and loot the scriptorium for a bit of scrolls. And following that, we were we looking for the Horn Forge? Like I think we were looking for ways in. So I
Yeah.
think we went the way. Fuck, where's the point crawl map? Anyways, we went from where we were into the. Fuck, it was the one on the left that we hadn't explored yet. That would have been like the second one.
The Hall of the Vigilant Flame.
Thank you. So we went from there to try to find a passageway based on what Pelly's told us. And we eventually found our way down. And there was down in the forge, there was a grand warhammer positioned on the anvil. Looks like it was made for somebody larger than a humanoid, a medium humanoid at least.
Hmm?
And I don't know if it was Krimvek or Evadine. It went up to touch the hammer, and then in the back of the forge erupted a lava elemental based on appearance,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of started blowing shit up
Mm-hmm.
in the forge, and most of us were caught in the initial blast, dealing heavy damage. So we sort of took cover as we were getting nuked. Now we're here.
Yes, now we
Krimvek
are
down
here.
on the floor.
Indeed. So yeah, we're gonna just jump right back into it for combat. It just ended with the lava elemental's turn, so we're gonna go with G. I know G pretty well. And what to do here? I think he's gonna do. I want to use his flying thing. What's up?
Accidentally clicked on something.
That's okay. You do you. What do you think, Ethan? Do you think G would use his flight here?
Probably. He likes dunking on people, so.
That's true. That is true.
Whatever gives him the aerial edge, I think he'd.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because is he still under the fly effect? Or no?
No, he's not.
Yes,
He used this. Wait, did he not use. Did he use his soaring wings today already?
I don't think so.
Why is it
But I
We
don't know.
used?
rested, I think.
Yeah, you guys rested. Alright.
Oh, hella ingots.
Yeah. Alright, so he'll use that. Soaring wings to get that. He has a fly speed of 35. And I think he will just. Unironically. Oh god, this is not that great of a place to run. I fuck it. He's gonna sneak over here, so I'm gonna roll his stealth, and that'll be his turn, which is Michael's turn. God damn it. Cool. Cool. All right, Ren. First things first. You can just barely see Krimvek's square, so I'll allow it. You will use. Wait, who else is low though? Like everyone is low.
Carl.
Okay, well.
Carl and Ren
Mm-hmm.
are the lowest.
Okay, then he's gonna Doctor's Visitation then, and Battle Medicine from back at DC 20. Roll, please. All right, well that's a success. I should note you all are going to start with 2 hero points, so you can have fun with that.
Okay.
Since technically I was late by a minute or 2. So I'll let you all have your things.
Should I just
No, I got it while I'm here.
Okay.
And then from there, he will. Too bad Darkness Visitation is Flourish.
That would be wicked.
Yeah. He has 35.
Would Ren heal Carl?
Well, I don't think so. So he's gonna stride back. And he's gonna battle medicine himself, I think.
There we go.
Because if he can't heal anyone, then there's no point.
That's true. We are pretty fucked without him.
It's a crit success. Crit success. Okay.
Yeah.
32. And that will be his turn. Vesper, you are up. You have just barely enough line of sight to see the lava elemental, but it does have greater cover, basically, at this point. A good amount of cover.
Yeah. So I guess we start off by trying to communicate with it.
Okay.
This isn't going too great. I shout across the room, we're not here to hurt you. We just wanted to use the forge.
Okay. How good? What's your diplomacy looking like?
Boy, that was her upset.
You can roll it for me. You're not gonna have anything bad happen, but if you roll well, you get better. You know, that's pretty well, all things considered. This thing is going to shout back, you all. And your exact words were, you're just here to use the forge, right? You're not here to hurt?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll say-
smart.
It will say, then who are you to stumble upon my home? Touch my things. Unannounced. This
We
is
weren't aware you were
disrespectful.
here.
Okay. I guess it will also... Hold on, I gotta roll an intelligence check for this thing. Okay. Okay, it's gonna say, no one has dared visit me in hundreds, or what seems to be thousands of years. You should know better. I'm gonna ask you one time to offer me something, or I will turn you into the weapons you see here. Give me a reason why. What it's gonna say. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you. Stormlight.
Vesper will translate his demands to the party.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you guys handle this one. I don't know the context.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on for sure.
I'm not giving that fiend a thing.
Okay, Cara. I think G would definitely like kind of give you a light punch right behind you, Carl, when you say that shit. Like, he says, "Look at us, we're getting destroyed." Literally. And it's also gonna point out that Crimbeck is unconscious right there. Oh well, he's awake now, but he was just unconscious. Yeah.
I feel very weak, guys. Maybe we should do what he says. I don't have it in me for another explosion.
Hmm.
I think we do. Oh, I don't know if he's unstable right now.
I probably do. Yeah.
It's not unstable.
But my heart wouldn't be in it.
Fair enough.
That's where it counts. That's where it matters.
Fine. What do we offer then?
How about a human sacrifice, or humanoid at least?
That's easy.
Kobolds.
What
Oh
the
yeah, we have plenty
heck?
of kobolds.
Oh my god.
Ask him how cobalt souls would do. That might be insulting because cobalt souls are kind of like meh.
Okay.
I'm not
Alright.
sure. Retrieval prison.
Well,
Is this a dragon or?
no, it's an elemental, a fey elemental. So Vesper, you still have 3 actions. Anything you want to try to offer it, or think you can offer it, or if you have any more questions?
Fortunately, Vesper doesn't have a lot of great offering materials. Sure. Is there anything that you usually accept as offerings?
The elemental is gonna say, I haven't had fine steel or metal in a long time.
Okay, well we can't give him Thumper, guys. That'd be ridiculous. That would be pretty ridiculous.
What about this chest right here? What if we re-gift it?
You could try.
It's kind of tacky, don't you think?
You could try. It's up to you.
Carl, if Carl hears that, I mean, I guess we're kind of in initiative, so never mind. But how about this box here, filled with all sorts of precious metals?
My friend has a box full of precious metals.
All right, I want you to so as a group to make a group diplomacy check, and then I want Carl specifically to make a deception check for me.
Is
I
there
won't-
anything specific that we need to do when we make a group check, or is it just?
No, I just need half of you to succeed, or me,
Okay.
or like average, basically average.
Yeah.
So
We offset.
My diplomacy is like one of my worst skills, so. we'll
that's
see.
okay. I'll also have Vesper roll a perception check for me.
Or fuck.
Fortunately, you have some diplomatic people in your party. Oh lord. I think G would reroll this. What? Oh my god.
So cooked.
Yeah, I'll re-roll my
Sure.
Okay.
I'll re-roll my
where is it?
diplomacy.
Diplomacy. Here we go.
Oh no. Well, we'll take the 8 from Vesper since she's the only one that isn't trained. It's fine. Okay. Let me look at this real quick. Alright. Carl got natural 20, 34. That's cool. 18, 8, 16, 20, 30. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna break down. So I'm gonna say the response of what the elemental is gonna say, and you're going to kind of perceive its words a little bit, Vesper, and then from there, we'll see what happens. So when you translate that, that box, your friend has a box of metals here. It's going to say, what type of metal? Is it fresh? I haven't touched anything fresh. I need something fresh. Anything.
What's fresh metal? Like newly formed metal?
And that, with Vesper's perception check, I'll say you can determine is probably referring to something more raw in nature.
Can I
But-
make a mining check to see if there's any minerals around?
I'd say Carl would probably like, maybe he just grabbed the box and like kind of showed you. It's like refined ingots, basically.
Okay, but
But
there's
aside from
nothing,
that,
like,
there's nothing in here.
This is just like a room. There's no
Mhm.
like raw ore.
I will say, the weapons you see on these shelves, they definitely have. Actually, no. Just make your mining check for me. Let's see. Let's see what you can see.
Oh, 25.
25. That's still pretty good. It's up to you if you want to reroll or not. But if you're okay with it.
Do I have hero points or?
Yeah, you got 2.
Okay, I'll re-roll that then. Just Dex up right here. Okay, I got a lot
40.
more.
Okay.
Wow.
You're going to notice that the weapons on the shelves here are... This silver that it's made out of is not the normal type of silver. You know this to be hot sicatite. And sicatite, hot sicatite, as you can imagine, is a very hot metal. And at least what it seems, considering your surroundings and where you are, you might need to do something. You need to probably provide it raw, precious material in some degree. Whether it's sicatite or something else you have on hand, that's up to you.
Vesper, can you translate for me while I speak to this fiend? Don't worry, I will call it a fiend when I talk to it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Fantastic. I'm just gonna ask him if he's familiar with metallurgy.
All right, I assume you're just translating that, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It will reply, "What's that? The metal, it just feels different. I have a way. I know it feels, how it feels. The way it
Oh, you're familiar with this metal. Can I like pick up one of the swords and kind of gesture it towards him?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. This is hot sicatite, and it's a real hot commodity in mining circles of more discerning metallurgist. It's quite tasty, I assure you. Just kind of doing my sales pitch for the sword metal.
Is that what that metal is called? Interesting. I've had
Yeah.
my fair share of molding it in the ways I prefer.
Well, for the low price of our lives, it could be yours.
I think it already is.
Oh yeah, but you see, I'm a smith. That's a really good point, Reynold. I'm a
Reynold.
smith, and I Oh right, sorry, Carl. My bad. You see, I'm a smith, and without someone with the technical experience, that sword is useless to you. I can smelt it down to its raw components. Right now, it's just it's like eating food before you cook it. You know, wouldn't be very tasty.
As you say, that analogy about food is going to look at Thumper and says, "Tell me why I shouldn't eat this one then."
Oh, well, this one's especially not tasty. You see all the spikes on its back and its head, and it's got this blue energy that, like, really offsets your taste buds, I promise. And as far as, like, overcomplicated goes, I over-engineered the shit out of it, so it's gonna be, like, way worse than that sword for Eden.
What do you mean by engineer? What is this word?
Oh, to create or design.
Well, I'm going to ask for one more diplomacy check from all of you. This time you get a +4 to this roll. See if you can do it.
Cooked.
I got a nat 1.
Oh boy.
I think I will re-roll that one.
Oh yeah. In the single
Alright,
digits.
so I'm out of hero points, and it's been like 10 minutes, but
Don't worry. Like some more.
This guy's into diamonds or not, but G probably notices the shiny stone near Carl's belt pouch.
Mm-hmm. He would not really say much. I just think. Okay, let's look at your numbers here.
this guy's not very much of a talker, hey guy. He's just staring at me. I find it very off-putting.
22, 21. Ren is the only one that rolled okay, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, I think that is not gonna succeed, but it will say to you all, I'm intrigued by your knowledge you possess, creature I've never seen before. And looks at Krimbeck. And the one
Oh,
who
well-
speaks with no voice or no physical form. Meaning Vesper.
Oh well, just I'll get back to that at some point. That sounds interesting. I didn't know you were immaterial. Can I like try to like put my hands through Vesper? Like see if there's like a physical reaction?
You can see Vesper's up the hallway. Just
Okay,
yeah.
do that later. But I'm glad that you appreciate a knowledge as useful as someone like me. You know, I'm from the great race of rat men. We're the coolest. Ask anyone, not these guys, but you know,
Enough chatter.
anyone else.
Enough chatter. I have a proposition. And my only proposition. Otherwise we fight to the death.
Lay it on me.
If you can survive my next attack, I will parlay with you.
Well, that hardly seems fair. I'm almost dead. Is it? Is it gotta be me?
Not you, but amongst Thumper, it points to your thingy there. Everdeen and Krimbeck. That's it.
Do you think, Avidine? Do you think you can tank this, or should I let the robot?
I'll take it. That's my role.
Cool. You probably have like a higher AC anyways.
Yeah.
And Constitution.
If you don't burn
Or
away
health.
to my next attack, then you are worthy of leaving this place alive.
How much health does Thumper have? 39.
Yeah.
He has 39, so that might honestly be better.
Well, if you think about it, it's up to you. I think if you repair him, you can. Well, actually, I don't think you can repair in
I
combat.
use
Yeah,
Everdeen has 71 health. Never mind.
yeah, so it's up to you.
You can if you have quick repair at like master, but I don't know.
Does he have quick repair?
It's like a 3-action thing. Anyways.
He does.
I have quick repair, I think.
Oh, both of you have quick repair, so it's up to you.
Well, Everdeen has more health. Is there a way to heal her quick?
You could heal herself, I think.
Everdeen, want to heal yourself and then get punched really hard?
I've punched demons back, but I don't mind punching this guy. Taking a punch from this guy.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So where is it? Spells.
Good thing he probably can't understand us.
That's been really helpful.
All right, I'm gonna assume you are all okay with this.
I am.
Oh, healing.
Black
Okay.
Carls.
Is there anything you want to
Yes.
do on your turn, Vesper, that could aid your teammate?
Yeah, we can get within 60 feet.
Okay.
Here. Unless he wants to. Yeah, I'm sure he's not gonna back up. We're good.
Okay. All right. Well, Everdeen, you are going to be the target of this then.
I can still keep healing myself, right?
You got one more air. You got one more focus point that will allow you to heal yourself. Yes.
Okay, I'll do it again, I guess. Max out my chances. Healing. Roll healing. 30. Fly.
All right.
Oh, it's always 30. Okay, I thought it would like.
Yeah, it's a
Depend
flat
on the
6
roll.
per level spell rank, basically.
Okay.
All right. Carl, Grimbecky, do you want to do anything on your turn, or you just want to get out of the way?
I am gonna back up.
Okay,
Good
I'm
knowing
gonna.
you, Everdeen, in case you don't make it, and if you do,
Huh.
then we'll
I
talk
would
after.
step, draw, and drink a potion. That's about it.
Okay.
I can't move though.
That's fine. You're not moving.
I'm also
No, I don't want. I don't
Those
want
fools
Thumper
will be
to get
incinerated.
hit.
Yeah, Thumper you can move Thumper, Chris.
It's not my turn.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I'll move him. Where else do you want to move him? Basically.
Just out of the way.
Grimbeck too.
Here,
Yeah,
I'm
am
just
I
gonna.
in the path. Or?
I'm just gonna have you all be in this little
Pile in.
yeah, pile
The
in.
alcove.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I want
Like
vision.
it's like a slapping contest.
Yeah, power slap.
All right. You technically have one action left, Everdeen, if you want to do anything.
Want to do anything? I want to move here. So
Okay.
So it's as far away from my party as possible.
Sure.
This thing's gonna blow up like a mile radius.
The walls would cover you. They're made for intense heat, I think.
Yeah, you're right. That's a great point. We might be okay.
They're dwarven made.
I guess.
Yay.
Dwarven made, best made.
Are you ready?
I would have liked you, but go ahead.
Okay. I hope you are ready
Steal
what's-
yourself.
about what's gonna happen to you.
Do I get to hit back?
Nope.
Right,
You need to
it's
just
not a
survive
slap-
the attack.
It's not a slapping contest then. Okay. Okay.
Slap someone and now you gotta like take your slap.
Okay. You are going to see this fire elemental begin to burst with energy, intense heat. Even the forge and the lava reacts as it is going to do the effects of the forge spell on you, targeting
What is
your
that?
chest plate, a full plate basically. So it's going to superheat your armor. So I need to make a fortitude save for me.
Oh, where's the roll button? I want to maximize it.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Mhm.
Oh, save fortitude. There you go.
Mhm.
Okay. I
Might-
will obviously hero point
Hey, you might want to hero point that.
that.
This is your best save. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Juggernaut.
Critical success. All right. So the only thing that's gonna matter here, actually, hold on.
Iomade protects.
All right, you are
Where's the spell?
unaffected as this thing supercharges your breastplate from your full plate armor, and your insignia of your god lights with its own intense flame, counteracting what had just happened as you survive an 8th level forge. Which,
Huh.
hypothetically here, I'll roll the damage to see how much damage you would have taken. If you didn't have the reroll, obviously.
57?
Times 2. So that would have
14.
114. Yeah, so you would have
Oh,
still survived, but
I would have survived.
that
man.
was oh, it could have hurt. And with that, the Fae will say, well, it's been a long time since I've seen, as it speaks in common now.
That's embarrassing.
As it speaks in common, it's been a long time since I've seen someone so fortuitous as you. I yield and let you live with your lives.
Continue with the forging.
I don't know about that. But you will
It-
get 80 XP for this one, my friends.
It just wasn't my time yet, Fey creature of fire.
Guess so. Now that you have bested me, please enlighten me about this engineering, metallurgy, whatever. What is? Yes.
We're just gonna start droning on about like melting points and thermal conductivity and stuff. There you go.
In common.
Hitting it with the hammer, that's an important part of the process.
Well, congrats on
Well,
surviving
wait,
that.
Well, Krimbeck does that. Carl's gonna say, "You idiot! That's not engineering," and then go into his own spiel
Oh my
about-
god.
about structural loads
I'm gonna start fiercely
and
debating.
supporting walls. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not real engineering. Civil isn't real engineering. It's about material.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as you finish your little battle and you survive and give this place a good look, is there anything you want to do in particular here, or maybe ask any questions or whatever the like?
So, creature of fire, what do you intend to do with your new knowledge?
I will do what they did long ago, the people that lived here. I watched when I was just young. The metal hitting it.
The metal hitting it. What happened? What do you mean?
And we'll just point towards the big anvil with the hammer, of course. Whatever you call the creation of weapon, tools.
That's what I've been talking about this whole time, man. You're like claiming to have gained this knowledge from like watching, but I just told you about it. So I mean,
I never
seems kinda
understood it.
all right, fair enough.
I just touched the metal and it formed into the shape I wanted it to be.
What shape?
That's godlike power. We should talk more about that. How do you do that?
I don't understand it myself, but the weapons you see in front of you, and it points to all of these ones here, basically. Were the ones that were made by the people long ago. To them, I was simply just the source to melt their metal.
So you yourself are a product of engineering.
No.
Do you have a mom and a dad? You were born?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, well, someone else should really explain the birds and bees. You know, I'm not the guy for that. You should definitely figure that out.
Were you the one who has been burning everyone outside?
What? I haven't left this place in hundreds of years.
Oh,
Fuck.
on the way here we saw burning as strong as the burning you just gave us. Is there more of you in this area?
Just me.
Just you, huh? Would you have anything that would help us against that other creature that looks like is pretending to be you?
He kind of looks at you and it's like, I don't even know how to help you.
Hmm. How about those weapons that you pointed out that were made long ago? Do you have some emotional attachment to them? Would you mind if we bring some with us?
I wouldn't be opposed to letting go of maybe 2 of them. But the hammer is off limits.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay.
That's a shame. I was eyeing that hammer pretty badly. We're gonna like whisper to the party. You guys don't think he would notice if I just stole it, do you?
I wouldn't hear it from here, right?
Carl stomps on your toes. Says,
Ah.
"Quiet, vermin." Of course he would.
He would for you because you're not sneaky like me.
Ah,
Some of us have something called subtlety, something I find lacking in.
do you not know me, rat? I am Drow. Understand? I am twice as stealthy as you'll ever be.
All right, let's put that to the challenge. Whoever steals his hammer first is the winner. Walk, walk, walk. Chicken? You little chicken, Carl?
No.
You know you can't be
No.
a stealth master like me.
Who needs stealth with the power of one's mind?
Oh, so you're not stealthy. Just fucking
No,
gaslit
I
me,
am.
dude. I don't like that. All right. Fucking watching you.
What keeps you bound to this area, creature of fire?
I have
1,000 years of solitude.
an emotional attachment, if that is what it's called, to this place. Plus, the weather's never better.
I can't agree more, you know? Nothing's better than the weather underground. This guy gets it.
Okay, no
Mm,
creature should live in solitude for that long. I'll give you this gift for being generous to me and mine. I'll give him that messaging thing. The
What?
ghost delivery Fulu.
Oh, okay.
This will allow you to make friends outside and socialize from here.
Okay. How do I use it?
I don't know. Maybe one of my party mates can show you how to use it. Vesper,
Why
it's a
did he just go to
magic.
Vesper and beat it? That's
It's a
crazy.
magic item.
Magic
True, I don't
item.
know shit about magic.
Well,
Uh,
since you are giving me a gift, I will gift you in return something appropriate. Aside from the 2 weapons, I will give you the following, and he's gonna drop some spell scrolls. Like, it's literally gonna just apparate from, like, pure fire, and then you're gonna see this fiery spell scroll that appears. A few of them.
oh, nice.
So here's what I'll give you. I need to get an actor thing real quick. So, obviously, if you want to steal that, he doesn't know. He doesn't care either way. But I'll also put the spell scrolls into this loot pile over here.
Okay.
Uh,
I have other gifts. I'm just kidding.
Who
Okay.
knows? Okay. So you are going to get this spell scroll. You are going to get... Where's the other one here? This spell scroll.
Ooh.
This spell scroll. Da 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 da. And I think this is the last one. Let's check. Yes.
Fuck.
That is the last spell scroll.
Does anybody have a bag of fuck?
Who?
What's it called?
The spacious pouch, just bag of holding, man.
Thank you.
Whatever.
I couldn't
I think
remember
I have a
the
bag
other
of
name.
holding.
Okay,
Are
you
you out of like
come back.
inventory space?
Well, Carl can't carry it, but I figured someone would want to take the
And one more spell scroll.
the ingots and such.
I have a spacious pouch, you said?
I'll
Yep.
Yeah.
take those gold. And...
Whoever wants to pocket the
Alright.
ingots.
Okay, I got room, I think.
What's no share left, man? Am I taking my share? Is that the point?
I don't know. I would just take it. Just take them all. Like when you.
It says I
Oh,
can't.
there you go.
Oh,
there's
maybe there's
4
an
left.
allocated share.
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't know. I can just drag them to our
Everyone
party
takes some
stash.
Everyone take some ingots.
Okay. I dropped the
Yes, I see that.
ghost delivery.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, Vesper's gonna grab the spell scrolls unless anybody else wants
Enjoy.
them.
Valid.
Not better.
Any of the items good? Like the armor,
Oh, the weapons, you mean?
the weapons, yeah.
Well, you have to pick the 2. So you get to pick
what
2
part?
weapons here.
Oh, 2 out of the 4.
5, technically.
5, okay. Oh, where is? Oh, I have to go in, I guess. Go in.
Well, no, just tell me which weapons you want. I'm not gonna show them. Just pick from the literally whatever.
Oh, here.
Yes, just pick.
They're all weapons. There's no
Yep.
shield.
There's no shield here.
Okay, I'll let my party take first pick then. I'm really in it for a shield or.
Where's that? Sorry.
Pick a weapon.
In the chest. In the chest still. I think.
Oh, I see.
Well, they're not in the chest, but there's a dagger, a bastard sword, a great axe or battle axe, a hatchet, and a longsword.
Do we all get one?
You can only pick 2, so only 2 people
Oh,
could get
okay.
these weapons, basically.
Can I even use a bastard sword?
I think you are trained in martial weapons, but you're not strength, so
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah,
best
tough
one would
luck.
be the dagger at
Dagger.
most.
Can I grab a dagger? Is that appropriate? Or does other people want weapons?
I'd only take it to sell.
Okay. I'll take that dagger then, good sir.
Okay. I will present said dagger in the thing as I go get that for you real quick. So, where did I put it? There we are. This is going to be a +2 striking. Sickatite. Standard grade. I don't know if it automatically applies the fire thing though, but I'll just add it in case. So it's gonna be flaming rune with another rune on top of it, and that one is going to be. Actually, hold on. I gotta double check which Sickatite it gives first, because. Gives you greater flaming, I think. Okay, and that's only high grade. Okay. Where is bleed rune again called?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Whatever, it's fine. So the dagger's there. It is a nice piece of work. It will have the flaming rune and the grievous rune on it. I can't even spell grievous for some reason. Jesus. But yeah, there's that. And then there is another weapon of your choice, if you wish, whoever. You would also, I will say, just out of the bat, you do need to identify what this dagger do. There's an extra ability to it, but you can get Vesper to do that for you. Or whoever, really.
Wounding. That's the rune.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's one more weapon.
Well,
so.
did G lose a weapon?
I don't think so. He actually just got a weapon earlier. He has a blink blade, which is a
I
dagger.
broke one.
No, it didn't break. No, it was broken, but not destroyed or whatever.
No, we can just repair.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it got repaired already.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Oh yeah, Vidine. Grab one unless her longsword is.
I got a +2. Anything better? Or maybe we'll get one for Reynold.
Yep.
Okay, I'll grab the sword then.
All right, you want a bastard sword or a long sword?
Which one would Reynold use more likely?
Probably a bastard sword.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Okay, bastard sword it is.
Okay.
Bastard sword's a bit longer, hey.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So what this one's going to be, also Sickatite. High grade, +2, striking. This one will have the cold one, surprisingly enough. But the one thing about this is, like, when you grab it, it's a flame, but it's a cold flame. That's what it will be.
Oh.
If I could find freaking cold rune, frost. There you go.
Bring back the daggers in the chest, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
And the bastard sword will have the shifting rune on it as well.
Oh.
There you are.
Neat.
I guess I will mystify both of them so you can have to identify them properly.
It's in the.
So I can't
Just
use
like
it
we
till I
did all day.
identify.
You can
it,
use
or-
them, like you know what they
Oh,
kind of
but,
do,
like-
but like you don't know what their
Gotcha.
full abilities are, basically.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
Unusual bastard sword. So Vesper can identify it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Vesper, you wanna identify this for us, please? Pretty please.
Yes, sir.
Sure,
Yes,
no.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I'll
yes,
put
sir.
it into the chat
Yes, sir.
if you wish.
Yeah, Vesper will look up from trying to fit all these spell scrolls in her bag. Go, sure.
You're grabbing a lot of paper. Don't you know that the valuable stuff is the gold?
All right, and then do the second one for me, please. All right, you succeed by a good margin. Good rolls, good rolls. So I will
So,
unidentify them for you, or identify them. Sorry. So, for the dagger, what you are going to get, it has a twice per day ability. To either pierce through cold immunity on an attack for 1 minute. Sorry, yeah, for 1 minute it would pierce through cold immunity or and resistance, I should say as well, since technically those are separate things. So that's the dagger. So you can either do either cold immunity or you can do a bit of an AoE attack as well. But think of like 5e ice arrow, I think is what it's called. But basically it's that. You can throw the dagger and you do an AoE attack.
oh,
Ice
okay.
knife.
Yeah, ice knife, there you go.
But I thought it was flaming.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yours is the one that's fire. So yeah, we'll do fire. So you go through fire immunity. And then it'll do
Okay,
a little mini fireball, but like that type of thing.
It goes through fire immunity. Like
Yes,
it's like
metal or something?
Yes.
Like for 1 minute, if you're using the weapon, you'll go through fire immunity.
That's pretty sweet.
And then the other, so it's twice per day. You either can do fire immunity for 1 minute, or you can do a little mini fireball with it.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. And I've
the-
got a fireball already, so I'll probably
Mhm.
just-
You get more fireballs.
yeah.
For Evadine's. So yeah, this one is the Frost Flame, or the Cold Fire one. Again, twice per day. You can go through cold immunity and cold resistance for one of them, or you can create a little arc of what's it called? Like you make a slash and you make an arc of frost, basically, in a cone. So another AoE attack.
Right. Two-handed though.
Bastard Sword is either one or two-handed.
Yeah, I got the two-handed version.
No. So when it has two-hand D12, you can either hold it in one hand for a D8, I think, or two-handed for a D12 damage.
Oh, I can actually use it. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll switch swords then. Striking, draw.
So
hand.
the one thing though about, because it has the shifting rune.
Yeah, what does that do?
So you can take an action, and you can change it to you can change your weapon to any other weapon as long as it uses the same amount of hands. So you can change your bastard sword into a long sword, like until you want it, or you can do it to a bastard sword into a dagger, a bastard sword into a short sword, like any other one-handed weapon. Or if you use the two-handed version, you can change it to any other two-handed weapon. That's basically how it works.
Like an arrow, bow and arrow.
No, bows and arrows
two-handed.
technically are 1+ technically, but they aren't technically two-handed, so to speak. If we're like at a game mechanics.
I can't convert it to.
Yes, you cannot
To
you
a
cannot
ranged
convert
weapon.
it. You
Okay.
can, but not specifically a bow and arrow.
Okay. Oh, you mean I could convert it to other ranged weapons?
As long as it meets the
One-
two-hand requirement, basically.
Okay.
So I think a crossbow is the only thing that really comes to mind, but that
Okay.
sucks.
Better than nothing. I got 0 ranged weapons,
Yeah,
except my nuke, I guess.
who knows? Who knows?
The holy nuke.
Holy nuke, yeah.
Righteous nuke of smite.
Okay. In other words, you spend about probably an hour doing this, I will say.
Did we all get healed?
Sorry?
Did we all get healed? I don't remember
Yes,
being-
Ren healed you all.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
If you aren't at full HP, just set yourself to full HP. With that, is there anything else you would like to do here? It seems like your time with Fey Magma Elemental is waning.
Okay. What's in here? I never got to explore it.
It's just an empty cave with bones.
Okay. Oh. Okay, well, I'll say farewell to the fey creature.
Boy, boy.
May he meet another lady fey creature with the ghost delivery fulu.
Elementals don't reproduce that way.
Oh, they don't. uh,
Alright. Well, in that case,
could we ask him how to get into that part of the map that he's been around, right? Since the beginning of this place, does he know the way to? What was that place on the map we couldn't get to yet?
I thought it was here.
Oh, this was the place that we couldn't get to. Okay, we're already here. Okay.
mhm.
We're all good though.
Missed it. Okay. Okay, we're all good then.
Okay. Well, in that
That
case,
means we've explored everything on the map. We can go and siege the palace.
oh. But I am going to give you an XP bonus for looking at, well, exploring every place here. It is a major achievement, so you're going to get 40 XP, all of you.
40. Nice. Holy cow, 80 more.
You already got it. You already got a lot of XP. Yeah.
Ah,
All right. So you are going to make your way back to. Actually, where are you off to now?
no, there's only the Hall of the Vigilant Flame connected to it.
Yeah, we'll have to head back there. Isn't there I thought the Chamber of Blades led into the...
The Chamber of Blades is the
Palace.
palace.
Okay. So we've already explored that.
You just never went up to the upper levels, basically.
We should probably do that. And that's where Carl thinks the statuette of Baphomet is, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You
Okay.
did use the
And
locate
he's
spell
gonna-
on it, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, the Carl will abdicate to go there.
It's a
Yeah.
fancy bird.
Okay. And you will
Very
do that. Do you have a specific way to get there, or do you want to just take the fastest way?
Probably just the fastest way back, like from where we had come, unless anybody has a better idea.
Yeah, fastest is good. We've seen one chamber, you've seen them all.
Sure. Okay. As you spend 40 minutes and you make your way back to the Chamber of Blades. And you are just at the ground floor, and you will ascend up. As you ascend up into the palace, this is basically the only place that isn't scorched. The interior is very pristine. It's been kept very well. The statue of minotaurs, maybe the occasional demon worship statues are here of Baphomet, but those seem to be more recent additions than anything. And as you kind of scour and search all of the palace, using the locate spell, obviously, to find the Baphomet statue, you are going to find it lead you all the way to where the throne room would be. And from there, you can see as you open these double doors that lead into throne room, just a long expanse with a very decorated but bleak colored tiles, dark nature, and it kind of just leads you straight towards the throne where one would sit upon on an elevated platform, maybe about 100 feet away from the double doors you stand from. And just behind that throne, you can see this little opening, kind of like a window, but there's no glass or anything. And from there, you can just barely see on the outer portion of the palace where that window is placed, scorch marks. But from there, just below the throne, underneath that elevated platform it sits on, you're going to see pieces of armor, pieces of stone, and for most of you, you can recognize that it is Reynald's armor, and the stone that is sat next to it is stone reminiscent of the stone golem, the same type of stone that the stone golem was made out of. But you can tell immediately it's as if these pieces were kind of placed intentionally, as you can see the statue of Baphomet kind of just in the middle of that all.
Someone's playing games with us.
How big is this statue?
It's just broken pieces of stone. There's no real statue, really.
Mm.
No. It was supposed to be here. I scryed it. I knew it was here.
What do you mean?
The statue. The statue of Baphomet, the whole reason I came.
Maybe your researcher's off.
As if.
You think someone nicked it before you did?
I think somebody ransacked it. Some idiot with no clue of its value has ruined it. It's ruined.
Can you scry it again?
No.
Maybe... Oh, then let's head out then.
You know, you win some, you lose some.
No statue. Okay. What else do we see in this throne room? Any writings or...
Here, how about this? I'll put you on the map that you should have been on.
Oh.
Real quick. Emperor and Vesper. Yeah, that's all of you. You're gonna find yourselves seated right here to see the pieces of Reynolds' armor, pieces of the stone golem, or at least the same stone here, and what would have been the statue, or what would lead you to the statue, is pointed right there, but you don't see it.
Oh, is that like a beholder? Looks like an eye.
Oh, that's not there. Ignore that. Ooh.
I'm gonna go over and inspect Reynolds' armor to see if it's genuine.
Yeah, it is
Very
1-to-1. It has the same family crest, though it would normally be on a shield. But I
I'm
would
gonna
imagine he imprinted it on there.
Shed a quick tear and then wipe it away before anyone sees, and then walk back.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna take a little keepsake, a gauntlet or something.
Give you a hero point. I'm also going to give Ebony a hero point for earlier.
I get a hero point?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Carl and Vesper, can you roll me your respective spell tradition skills? Or whatever you prefer if it's higher.
Yeah.
Arcana's back being higher, so. Oh no.
Hmm.
Dude, I'm rolling odd today.
Yeah, 220s already. I guess it's making up
Hmm.
for it for all those times you rolled ones.
Balanced out.
That reminds me, let me enable the roll. Okay, the rolls tracker is still on. Perfect. Okay. So Vesper, you are quite adept with your magic. And Carl is too. And he's able to sense something a little bit more different. You guys both feel the same thing. There is some amount of illusion magic over where the statue of Baphomet should be. And every time you try to reach for it, though, you can't really seem to grasp it. It's like as if nothing is there. Literally. Or something is screwing with the physicality of what should actually be there. But Carl, one thing that really sticks out for you is just how odd this place is filled with occult-like energies. It seems to be attacking your mind, like in a way that you can still handle, but it's like you're being pricked at, poked at, and this occult-like magic is lingering very heavily around here. And both you and Vesper know that it does seem to be emanating from outside the window. You're not too sure why. The only thing that's really lingering there is the scorch marks on the outer part of the palace window. And I'll tell you now.
Something's wrong.
I'll tell you now. That creature you saw, doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's not there.
It's not there. I'm not trying to trick you or anything. Where am I?
I'm just
Well,
gonna do this.
we'll go approach and check out the scorch marks then.
Oh, I'm encumbered. Huh. Why is that?
Well.
Oh, I gotta get rid of some of my stuff, I guess.
That's true. You have a spacious pouch, so you just put it in there. Alright, is Vesper the only one investigating?
Carlos will stride over as well. He's gonna cast telekinetic hand, and sort of as he's walking over, he's gonna have the hand sort of feel around where he sort of thought the statue was being obscured, or at least
Okay.
jimmied with.
I'll say as you do that, the telekinetic hand is able to grasp onto something, but it's not visible to your eye.
Okay. He'll try to hold on. I need to be able to see this to cast this. No. He's gonna try to cast telekinetic hall on it.
How do you envision doing this, per se?
Like he's kind of going where whatever, like assuming like his hand stops, like the telekinetic hand stops on something. He's gonna try to like, I don't know, you basically use the hand to like grasp an outline of the shape. Like he's gonna run it all along and kind of imprint that image in his mind.
Okay.
And then try to like implement the telekinetic hall off of like his mental image of whatever this thing
Gotcha.
shape is.
Can you make me a spell attack roll, please?
Yeah.
Or occultism, whatever is higher.
I'll just burn the spell first. So.
You can make your spell check, by the way, as well.
Oh yeah. So occultism.
Occultism, yeah, and then d20 plus 16 for you.
Okay.
I think you get to keep your spell. Wait, is that 5th level? You said, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to keep your
That's
spell.
my highest spell slot.
You get to keep your spell.
Neat. That's awesome. Actually.
I would imagine when you're a spontaneous caster with like 2 slots only. Okay. What'd you get for your occultism? 33? One moment. Okay. As you use your own magic to bend reality to your will, you are going to notice some crackles from where your magic is kind of conflicting, and a tear in what seems to be this plane or reality opens up, and within that little plane that you open, you're going to see wires and electricity, foreign objects you've never seen before appear on the other side, but you can see the statue there, and you grab it out and force it into this existence, and you're just left in a stupor because you don't know what you just did. The sight on the other side was even more foreign to you.
Huh.
Did he like black out, or?
This was, you would have all seen this, basically.
Okay.
I imagine he'd go stupefied or something for a bit.
Literally self-inflicted debuff. Oh my god.
I've never seen such fine craftsmanship.
You are going to obtain the statue of Baphomet in pristine condition. So I'll just create an item. You can create an item in your thing, and you can give it the value of, I think it was 2,000 gold, I believe, or something like that. It's something absurd.
I thought it was 1,000, but
Yeah, I think it was 1,000 or 2,000. Just, we'll say it's 2,000.
at least on face value.
Yeah, yeah. That being said, Vesper, do you have any comments? What are you doing?
It's taking a little bit to process that group of wires, as she'll look to Carl and say, "Open it again."
Yeah, I gotta check this out.
I could try. I don't exactly know how I did that.
Just focus really hard or something. You know? Snap your
Yeah.
fingers.
On that note, Carl will unleash his psyche
Okay.
Mob 100.
Literally.
Oh wait, wrong thing. How the fuck is this? Anyways, he's releasing his psyche, and you guys feel a burst of energy, like almost like a, what's it called? Shockwave. Go through the air, and he's going to cast telekinetic hall again,
Okay.
and try to pick up the statue or I guess a statue, and put it back. Like, where I don't know. So he's burning that 5th level slot.
You can make your spell check, then your occultism check.
Okay. Slash roll d20 plus 16.
Yeah, you're losing it this time.
That's alright.
And you seem unable to just replicate what you had just did moments ago.
Alright. Carl sort of falls on the ground and his nose is bleeding. I can't do it.
Damn. Should take some of the special powder.
No.
Little Argalian brown.
No. It just happens when I push myself.
Oh damn. Maybe take it easy, big guy.
You asked me to do it.
That's true.
Oh,
That's true. Now you can take it easy.
Fine. Carl sort of sits down on the steps over here, sort of just admiring the statue.
And with that sight, Vesper,
If it happened once, we can make it happen again. So Vesper is going to attempt to replicate it as best she can without Carl's particular mastery.
okay? How are you going to lead?
That part she's not sure about. She is going through her spellbook right now.
While you're at it, you can roll me a perception check. A secret one, Vesper. After you have given some thought to lead on, how do you try? I'm sure you have this down and ready.
I'll try to start with getting detect magic running as we summon our own telekinetic hand to sort of feel around in that area.
I don't really feel magic in that area, so to speak, where Carl was at, but obviously the strongest source of magic seems to be coming from outside the windows. And you can also feel or sense just the faintest amount of illusion magic from outside the window as well. It's almost as if that illusion magic that's lingering out. It's as if it was. The magic is as if it's like snow falling sprinkling around. Very light.
Just outside the window?
Yeah, just outside the window.
I'll reach out and try to catch some of these now.
As you go out to reach for the snow, you're going to see and feel the tattoos that was imprinted on you when you were in what was like the astral plane. And your sunsight tattoo is going to activate almost unconsciously. You understand that things like this require your will for these things to activate. But this subconsciously goes off, and you're going to see some blazing bolts fly out. Roll me your spell attack roll or your arcana check for me, whatever's higher. No, you always manage to hit the DC just when I least expect you. But maybe I should have more hope in you. Alright. As you send those blazing bolts out, your vision and your surroundings are going to change. Vesper. You blink and you find yourself in a completely different place. You look around. Your companions are there. You see these coiled humanoids made out of foreign objects, but they're as if they were made out of wire. Not the small wire, but what you would imagine of modern day wire, but coiling itself. You look at Carl. You see this gray humanoid. It's not the gray that you're used to, but these little ridges in between every part of his body. It's uncanny. You can see Krimvek and the rest a little differently. You're going to notice that G, Ren, Evadine, and Krimvek. And most notably Thumper. Thumper is unchanged. He looks the same as you would see him. But the other four, you see this almost unfamiliar sight. They are wrapped around flesh, normal skin for their person. Right now, you would probably be seeing Krimvek as a hairless rat. Unfortunately.
Doing all right, man. Glance over.
But you're going to see and kind of pierce through and past their skin. And you're going to see these, what should be organic parts of them not be present. You're going to see a heart that's beating from each and every one of them. But surrounding them, the heart itself carries that same tone, same texture, same material that Carl has when you look at him, of that metal coiling wire. no magic from it, but no magic can be seen, at least what you can tell. But then you blink, and everything goes back to normal.
No.
As you blink again, rub your eyes maybe, look around. The only thing that really catches your eyes as seems like something changed is when you looked outside the window for the last time. You're going to see that snow once again. Falling slowly, then it disappearing. Then you return to your normal sight. Confused.
Incredibly so. She will sputter out a wait. Wasn't finished. And she will look back to the others and confirm that they are back to normal.
As you confirm that with them, and I imagine the rest of you are left puzzled as to why she's asking this. You're going to see the tattoo that was emanating from her kind of die down in terms of a glow. And the tattoo that was imprinted on your body kind of, you knew they kind of went around your eyes, but now they're gone. And you're going to see a new tattoo form in its place. It's clearly the same sunset tattoo, but instead of those rays of light underneath your eyes, you're just going to see flower petals instead, replacing them. That's what everyone else will see. I'm sure Vesper will look in a mirror soon enough.
I'll get around to it.
At this point, you're going to hear Thumper kind of go into its own overdrive for a moment from Vec. Normally, Thumper acts on your command, and that's kind of what happens as a result, but
Do you want me to engage overdrive?
no, don't worry about it. But as Thumper stands still and the gears and the electricity turns, crackles, you're going to see, like you did before, the core color change from that orange hue to more of a dark hue, similar to the color on the ground.
Thumper, what's going on, buddy? Never seen you act up like this.
As Thumper moves on its own and looks at you.
Is that unusual? I thought Thumper moved on its own.
He does move on his own, but usually on your command, so to speak.
Oh, getting a bit, taking a bit of initiative. I see, Thumper. It's good, predicting what I want you to do before I say it. That's just how good of a mechanic I am.
And you're going to see as Thumper looks away and out towards the window. Eventually his eyes go from that blue to more of a purplish color.
I'm gonna go up to Thumper and try to inspect him.
As you inspect him, you're just going to notice that those changes that happened to him when you guys were near the ley line, they seem to become more permanent in some sense. And mechanically speaking, Thumper has the upgrade where he now has dark vision and can see. It's a little weird though, because you've always upgraded Thumper on your own, so to speak. And he's not the type it's not this type of construct that would evolve in the same sense, if you know what I mean.
Are we sure about that?
Well, you put
Maybe
something into
he's-
him.
It's a singularity point. I don't know.
Who knows? But I will
Thumper,
say,
you learned a new trick. I thought you got possessed by a demon or something. I've been worried there.
Thumper looks at you for a moment, then kind of looks back in the direction where Vesper is. It goes from that purple-eyed color back to blue, and the core goes back to that orange color.
I'm gonna pound Thumper's chassis with my hammer a few times to see. See, it's still good old Thumper.
He's
No.
not becoming sentient, is he?
I hope he is. I would probably win something for that, wouldn't I?
Oh, Lord.
The scientific community would be a buzz.
Right.
But as that seems to be the last thing of interest that happens here, the palace and the rest of Zamdul just remain silent. What's the plan now?
Was it just the statue that we went here for?
Yes, and the eradication of the demons as part of the holy people and Reynolds' quest.
Okay.
Well, now that Reynolds gone, do we really have to go through with that? I feel like he was the one who was big. I guess you, Evadine, probably want to kill some demons, huh?
Do I sense any demon presence here?
You don't have that type of ability, but you don't see any or hear any.
I don't
I
see
think I was
any.
talking about like that temple we have to cleanse after.
Oh, a temple. Didn't we cleanse all of the areas in the map?
I don't know. I can't keep track of all the demon killing we do. It feels like just do it.
Hmm. That's how we roll, I guess.
Yeah, that's sir, yes, sir.
Okay, if there's nothing to do here, like we
You know
should
what?
head.
I want a drink. Let's head back to town.
The seven-pillared hall?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Closest mead hall there is.
All right.
Okay, so
Wait.
no writings anywhere, right, AJ?
Writings as in...
On these pillars and on the walls, or
1 second. Let me double check something. Wouldn't want to, you all hanging, would I? All of you make a group perception check for me as you kind of take a moment to kind of maybe, prepare to leave.
Yeah. I'll use the. I can use the spyglass, right? Without using up its teleportation.
Yeah, if you just want to look into the spyglass as normal, sure.
Yeah. So that becomes how much was that? Bring me near. +2 to perception. Okay, it's better than nothing.
26 for you total.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I will roll for G and Ren. Just publicly. Wonderful roll, I see. Funny. Weird to see that Vesper's one rolling highest for perception.
I got like a 3.
It's okay, you did your best.
Yeah.
Distracted with Thumper, of course. Alright.
Engrossed in my research.
As you prepare to leave Vesper, I would say you are the last one that kind of looks back. And all I'll say is, as you take another step towards the exit, you stop for a moment. You hear a song begin to play. You look out the window. You'll see petals flying past. It's clearly from some form of plant, probably a tree. Then you
It's
blink.
playing music.
Yes, Vesper will only hear this and see it. And basically, you kind of stare out the window, Vesper. And for as long as you continue to look out that window, you will see the petals and a song being played out the window until you blink. You try to keep your eyes open for as long as you can. You take it all in to understand what is going on.
I call out to the others. There's something still here.
Is
Can
it
you see
demonic?
that?
What do you see?
Flowers
Oh,
and a song.
is the song demonic?
And as he asks, as Ebony asks that question, the song stops. And maybe you unconsciously blink, you don't know. But when you look in that direction again, it disappears. And while you aren't...
Vesper feels like she's going a little bit crazy here.
And as you feel like that, understandably so, you're not so sure about demons and all this stuff, but you're left feeling the way, like you said, uncertain. The rest of you look at her.
I see nothing. Make haste, wizard.
Let's get out of here. I want to get drunk.
Gaslighter.
And with that, your companions begin to leave. Maybe Evadine's still watching and waiting for you. G maybe as well, taking everything in to notice. But eventually, kind of just, maybe both of them nudge you along to begin making your way. And so, you will all make your way back and out of the palace throughout the city that is quiet. For most of you, this will be the second time you've walked in what seems to be basically an undead city or a city infested with creatures in an unholy light. And again, it's cleared, it's quiet. As you walk down the path that you've walked maybe a few times before, as you walked back and forth within the city. You're gonna go back to your horses that you've hid so carefully, your wagon, and you're going to find that both Arthur and Camelot seem okay. The wagon's okay. The way you hid, or the way the wagon and the horses were hid, were in a way that protected them from everything that was being scorched. And it would have been obvious to you all that there were a fair amount of flying demons or unholy creatures, that they could have seen Arthur and Camelot. And of course your wagon. But no harm or any damage at all was imprinted upon the wagon and the horses.
Yeah, I would look back and salute Reynold in my mind and say you conquered the palace, my friend. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
So, you head off back to the Seven-Pillared Hall. As G or Ren takes the reins, and you all sit in the back, in what seems to be a little bit of a tighter space this time around. Maybe it's a little bit more freeing since the golem isn't deconstructed back there.
Hmm.
But as you make your way out, just through the gates that you've entered in before, the Horned Gate, you're going to see the littering of, this time not scorched marks, but the corpses of gnolls. A fair amount of them. They litter the floor, the ground. Their blood clearly dried up at this point. A fair amount of them have death wounds of slashing on them. Others may be crushed to death. A fair amount, really. The only thing consistent about these corpses are, well, the dried blood and the lack of moisture and fat on these corpses.
They've been desiccated.
You make that comment, Ren, using his medical knowledge, will tell you that their bodies are still surprisingly warm. But everything else about them is... it doesn't make sense.
Do you think this happened recently?
They're still warm, so they must be. I don't know how you can lose all the fluids in your body and still feel this roasty.
You all can make a perception check for me to kind of get maybe a better understanding of what could have led to this outcome.
$30.
Brutal.
The only thing that makes sense to you, basically all of you, minus Vesper, of course, is that they were dehydrated, or all the fluids in their body were expelled through either the pores of their body or with magic. Esper probably detecting magic constantly. Probably know
Yeah.
that there isn't any magic lingering at all at this point.
Anyone know what creature could do this?
If any of you are trained in religion,
Trained in
Oh, I
religion.
think I might be.
or society, I'll say either or.
To get that wealthy and education. Big indoctrination.
Yes, a society or religion. Only thing that makes sense or that would come to mind is maybe a vampire of some kind. Obviously, maybe a demon could have done it, considering you just left the demon city or a demon infested city.
Carl's gonna chime in with that. He thinks it's a demon from the abyss. Simple.
You and your demons, Carl.
Mhm.
But aside from that, you're not really too sure. You can come to your own conclusions, but the answer isn't so sure. Not so clear to you.
Are the corpses leading to the seven-pillared hall?
I'd say as you are traveling along the lines or towards the way, eventually the corpses stop. But I would say there's a fair amount of corpses. So actually, let me move you on to the map here. Hopefully it doesn't absolutely reveal everything.
Okay.
Looking good so far.
Okay.
No beholders.
So eventually you're going to make your way over here. And where it goes to the left and to the right, both sides are littered with corpses. But eventually, as you keep making your way to the seven-pillared hall, those corpses fade and or decrease in number.
Is it warmer on this end or colder, the corpses?
What do you mean?
Smart.
Because if it's colder, then these ones died first, right? Before the ones we first saw.
I
So
see.
it's heading away from the seven-pillared hall. If it's the opposite, then it's going there, and we should hurry.
Well, what I can tell you is, as you kind of inspect and look, the only thing that's really clear to you that based off of how the corpses are scattered, and just based off the fact you didn't go the other way to check, so to speak, or maybe you did, it's hard for you to gauge whether or not they went this way or not. But one thing's for certain, corpses linger both sides. But the corpses here find themselves to be a little bit more colder, but they still have some heat to them.
Colder? We should hurry back to the 7-pillared halls then.
Why's that?
There's beer and I think
Oh,
the demon
perfect.
went there.
Demons and beer. What else could Evadine
Right.
want?
Didn't hear you said after beer, but I'm in.
All right. So, do you plan to make haste?
Yeah, I say we do.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me count how long it would take you. So if you're gonna go faster, 2 kilometers. Okay.
Oh, colder. Actually, it's going the opposite direction.
Well, regardless, I'll
Oh,
say
there's beer. Yeah.
as you make haste, regardless, maybe you just want your beer.
Yeah.
Make your way over and over to around here. And at this bend, the distance from the hall, this is where there are more lights, basically. And the end of the hall is basically pretty straight. And of course the cavern here is maybe 40 feet wide or whatever. You, Carl, since you have an eye slash, so you can see the furthest, I want you to make a perception check for me, as you can just see out towards the end. You're going to see towards the end where the door should be a closed gate. There's, in fact, no gate. Or at least there was. And this time, the gate you see is smashed into pieces.
Would Carl know what this gate was made out of?
Heavy duty metal.
Heavy duty metal. Something's broken through the gate. Something strong.
Do we see like anyone in the town?
You're still not there yet, but normally there would be people posted outside the gate.
There's no one there.
Nope.
No one's there.
Guess we don't have to pay the tax when we enter this time, huh?
Did you guys get caught by... Fuck,
Rug.
was it Brug?
Yeah, that dickhead. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
god, like God, is like his thing he does with his club, I hate it. He like rocks it around his shoulders. Drives me nuts.
He tried the whole thing on me. I hung him by his feet over a chasm drop.
Maybe
teach him
we
a
should have
lesson.
done that. That sounds way cooler than what we did. Kind of just like appeased him. I heard that doesn't work very well historically.
No.
And so, as I imagine now, at this point, you approach cautiously.
Yeah. Carl will. Carl knows that something strong broke that gate. He did the calculations.
Yeah. As you approach cautiously and into the Thunder Spire. Well, sorry, the Seven-Pillared Hall. As you enter in, where the sound of just the river flowing, or the underground river flowing through this place would probably be the loudest thing. Instead, you hear sounds of groaning and eerie silence. And as you look around, it seems everything, or almost everything, in the Seven-Pillared Hall has been destroyed. You can see corpses of workers, dwarves, Durgar, and most notably, one of the first buildings you see as you enter through this way is the Seven-Pillared Hall. Is where
I'm just gonna start.
Gendar's store is. It's no longer there.
I'm gonna break down on my knees. Gendars! There was so much potentially magical items in that shop that he never got to show me. I'm sure Carl, as his employee, must feel pretty strongly about this too.
Yes. I'm glad the old bastard's dead.
Oh man. You're even more heartless than I am. Maybe we should hang out. I need you
I
to
don't
rub
think so.
off on me. Okay. Well, damn, you put yourself out there.
Huh.
I'm just gonna start kicking the ground though. Guys, I just realized something.
What?
We're not gonna get paid now.
I'm not going to get paid.
Well, we help, so we were gonna take like a percentage of that, obviously. You're in our party, them's the rules. You didn't think you were just getting 100% of
No.
that, did you? No.
This is mine. That's why I left you all those other items.
Well, it really doesn't matter now because you're not gonna get paid. And
I'll find another
we're not gonna
seller.
get paid for our efforts.
What about the tower of... Was it the council tower?
Yeah, the Tower of
Tower
Sorrow.
of the Arc?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say the only thing that seems to be standing is the tower. And standing is kind of an understatement. There's a huge hole in the wall that leads into it. Everywhere else around the Seven-Pillared Hall is in disrepair or has been mostly destroyed. Even the great Minotaur statue that you would have saw next to the teleportation circle, you can see it on the ground next to Gendar's, just past, like, towards the behind part of it. Like, it's fallen over. You would know that that Minotaur statue was, in fact, part of the security system of this place. And this thing got snapped into two, basically. The teleportation circle that leads into the tower has been covered up with rubble, and the ancient etchings of it have been disrupted because of its foundation being broken.
Well, I think I've seen enough. Let's say we get the fuck out of here. Cut our losses,
I would agree.
All right, Everdeen agrees. What about you, Carl? You want to hang on to that statue? That's cool. We were just gonna bounce. Let's find Arthur and Camelot and get the fuck out of here.
Yes, I'll be keeping this. Thank you.
Well, have fun. I don't even
I
know
see opportunity here.
for what. For becoming a corpse?
No. I see an unoccupied city in need of a councilman. Carl
It's
will pass.
unoccupied because there's no fucking people to counsel.
Ah,
I didn't know you were a fool, too.
this can be rectified.
What, you just gonna learn about the birds and the bees and do all that?
No. There. You know of those kobolds down the way, yes?
Oh yeah, we we're quite familiar with the kobolds. Tell them Krimvek says
Seem-
hi.
Sure. Seem to be a fine starting force for my burgeoning city.
You're gonna kill whatever killed that Minotaur, and with what? A bunch of kobold soldiers?
I need not soldiers, Krimvek. I am strong off my own merits.
Alright, well, I guess you'd have to be. What do you guys think? I'm gonna glance over to Evadine and Vesper.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to go look in the tower for a little bit, would it?
Yes, we may tour my new council chambers.
I think
Carl will cast
whatever.
levitate on himself,
Okay. That's crazy.
and
Damn,
will
didn't know he
levitate up
could
to a
do that.
hole.
That's cool as fuck.
Hero point for Aura? Alright. Well, are you following him?
I can't fly, but how far is the tower up?
It's not that far from Gendar's. It's literally just like embedded into the stone. It's just there's a hole in the wall basically, so you could walk in.
Okay, I can also
Oh, fuck, I thought it was off
blast.
the ground.
Well, it is
like,
technically.
blast-
It rises up.
He's just like hovering
Yeah.
over the stairs.
Floor.
He's clearly ascended from walking.
Too cool for that, I guess. All right, I'm gonna like jump up with Thumper. I can't be outplayed here.
Okay.
My rocket boots.
Sure. All right. You
You
ascend.
guys
the
will
tower.
have to walk up like peasants, you know. Me and Carl are all doing some cool stuff.
Okay, well,
Okay.
if we're doing all of this,
You can make both of your spell checks if you care enough. By the way, I don't. Plus 17 for Vesper, plus 16 for Carl.
Yeah.
well, that's all the one. So,
All right, Carl keeps his spell slot of levitate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get on Arthur and Camelot and just ride on in then.
Okay.
I'm the only one with no flight.
You got on to a horse to walk up a building?
It is quite a ways up.
Hey, that's fair. You know what? I respect it. You're astride your noble steed.
Right. Oh, G is with us and Ren too.
Yeah, I mean they'll walk as normal. Maybe Ren will probably look around and see if there's any survivors. Vesper, did you roll? I didn't see
Yeah.
it. I'm a noob.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you don't want to keep your
Actually-
spell slot, that's okay.
oh, this isn't from
Actually-
a spell slot.
Oh, is this
I
from your
only have it
wand?
on the wand.
Okay, my
Yeah.
bad. All right. All right. Well,
Evelyn would do the same, I guess. Are there any survivors?
you can look with Ren then.
Okay.
Right.
I'll do that.
Sure.
Oh my god, this is like every horror movie.
We're gonna
The party
split up.
Split up.
Okay.
Okay.
So Krimbeck, Carl, and Vesper are going up the tower. As you ascend
Okay.
the Tower of Sauron, There's a few levels to it. What seemed to be just 2 and 3 and 4 eventually goes up for a while. It seems to go up to the magical number of 12. 12 floors.
Cool.
And with each floor above, the higher and more important these marked areas, or sorry, the higher you go, the higher quote-unquote security seems to be placed there. After about the 6th floor is basically the more restricted information. Everything up to the 6th floor seems to be mostly left intact. It's mostly living quarters, the quote-unquote public library, and study labs and all that stuff, experiment places. But as you reach to the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, this place seems to have been almost ransacked to a degree. It's as if the information, the items, anything of magical importance has been taken away and just disappeared.
No.
Damn it. That was why I came here, the loot. Alright, well, it's not too late to cut our losses.
I will say though, on the 11th and 12th floor.
Oh.
On the 11th floor is the council room, or what seems to be a meeting room. There are 3 seats placed here. Out of the 3 seats, 2 of them have been knocked over. And while they aren't necessarily indicated which seat is assigned to who, you are aware that there were 3 major pillars to the Tower of Sauron. You knew one of them. The Ordinator spoke of the other that went missing in the Well of Demons. And there is one more that you don't know who. And behind that last seat is a doorway that leads to the 12th and final floor. You would expect it to be closed, but it's open, wide open, and leads up a staircase up to what seems to be a private quarters. And Vesper and Carl could probably detect the magic here. Obviously, it's probably booby-trapped to some degree. Has its own protectionary measures. But as you walk more and more up these stairs, you feel and sense maybe the greatest amount and maybe technical detail of transmutation magic and abjuration magic. I'm being very specific with my word choice here. And as you continue to try to climb up these stairs, at the top, you are just going to see a figure vast in shadow that even your dark vision or greater dark vision can't perceive, of A female humanoid with horns just stare down at you with an intensity. You can tell it's an illusion, or maybe a transmutation. But as you try to push past the gaze, or against the gaze, you find yourselves always at the bottom of the stairs. And from there,
What?
left in awe. You were saying something, Carl?
Oh, like we went to the bottom of the stairs, like back to floor 11.
No, the bottom of the 11th of the stairs that would lead up to the 12th.
Okay. What? What was that?
You hear something?
Wait, so we got like teleported, sort of? We got.
It doesn't feel like teleportation, but you always found yourself. You just find yourselves at the bottom of the 11th floor stairs.
Is
I was
someone
gonna-
playing a game on me? Did someone sneak something in my coffee?
This place is warded.
Gonna try to like run up. Do I like go back to the same spot?
Yeah, you'll just find yourselves at the bottom of those stairs again.
God damn it!
And
It must be some sort of trick. I bet if I do this 5 more times, eventually I'll.
Carl and Vesper, you're gonna just watch him every time he runs up. He isn't physically moved there, but he isn't necessarily teleported back down there either. You're just unsure what's going on.
Carl's going to slowly move. He's gonna take his telekinetic hand and use his, I think it's a dagger necklace of knives. I don't know. He's gonna use it to get a dagger, and he's gonna make the hand hold the dagger. I don't know if I can do that. He's not gonna wield it, of course. He's
Yeah,
just
that's
gonna
fine.
like hold it.
Yeah, you're good.
And then he's going to send it through the like up the stairs and try to like locate where it comes out.
As you send your telekinetic hand with the dagger up the stairs, when you blink, maybe even sweat trickles down your forehead, find yourselves as if you were never even casting the spell to begin with, or moving it at all.
It's like I'm being reset or something.
So let's see. And if we look up to that figure, are they still in the same position?
Yeah, they are standing there, staring, gazing down on you with eyes that hold a weight like no other.
Carl's gonna stare at his eyes and walk through.
As you stare and try to walk, your field of view kind of pans out. And you kind of see yourself in the third person for a moment. And all of a sudden you see yourself back in first, at the bottom of the stairs. And at this point, as you tried and tried again, the figure turns around and walks to what the 12th floor would be, disappearing.
That was strange. You don't think that was the third counselor?
I don't know what you mean.
Are we still prevented from going up if we try again?
Well, I'll say as you try again, you can't even muster the will to even approach the stairs.
Even Grimvex, like, yeah, fuck it, I'm tired with running.
Fine. The 11th floor will serve. Carl sits down in the head of the table. If it's a circle, then
Yeah, it would be a circle,
yeah.
effectively.
He's gonna find what looks like the nicest chair.
Sure. And from there, what do you three do?
I'm gonna talk to Carl. Is this what you want to accomplish? A throne in an empty kingdom?
I told you I'm getting the kobolds.
Alright. Well, seeing as there's nothing to loot here, let's say we head out. Evadine, Vesper, thoughts?
Oh, I'm searching for survivors.
Oh.
Right, Evidence.
Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna go. Are the horses with us right now? Oh.
On the main floor.
I kind of want to just take one of the horses and fuck off.
You don't even
I don't
ride a
know.
horse.
I
That's
feel
true, I
like
don't
there's
ride a horse. I'll just, I don't know. Feels like. I guess I'll just, like, walk around looking for some magic or some relics. I don't know.
All right. Vesper?
So you said the library on the lower, not the public, quote unquote public library, but the one above it was ransacked, more or less.
Yeah, so I would say levels 7 through 9 are basically what seems to be a private library with it seemed to you based off of how like it's worded, like the signage. They have a level of a restriction based off of your status in the tower. Those ones seem to have disappeared. But the public library, quote unquote, has been left in almost pristine condition.
So when you say disappeared, does that mean everything of interest is gone?
Anything of magical interest, it would seem. You could try searching if you really wish. If there's anything in mind.
Absolutely. We are going to pull out our quick sort scroll
Oh
and
my god.
Easy.
I know. God damn it. Gosh darn wizard. Alright, so quick sorting.
quick sorting.
Alrighty. I need to read the spell again. Up to 200 unattended objects in range. Okay. Great. Magically sort them into piles. Oh my god. Okay. Sure. I'll let you do that. We'll get around to it next session. Because we're gonna wrap up pretty soon. That being said, Carl, anything else for you up here?
Oh, he was pretty content.
Okay.
Bounces around there.
He's basking in the moment.
Of course.
This is it. My final victory.
On the other hand, Evadine, as you
Yo.
search around, looking for survivors, you're going to find a lot, maybe at most a dozen people unconscious. Still breathing, but unconscious. I would imagine with Ren around here to help you, you probably get him to treat their wounds while
Yeah.
you do search and rescue effectively.
And start asking what they saw, what happened.
I'll say almost all of them are unconscious or what's it called? Unintelligible, like whatever they say. There's
Okay.
a decent amount of PTSD, for sure. But
Hmm.
you would probably come around to where you stayed at the inn, the Half Moon Inn. And Era Half Moon, the halfling that lived there.
Survive?
Unfortunately not. You're going to see her establishment in pretty okay shape, but her person, her children, then basically the rest of the extended family of the Half Moon here, all killed. And they all have the same type of wound. Just a gnash in their neck where their jugular vein is just ripped off.
Bitten off?
Maybe.
Hmm.
On top of a fair amount of slashing from probably some pretty sharp weaponry. But it's a little jagged when you look at the wounds. So maybe gives you a feeling of something a little bit more naturally inclined in terms of weaponry. Something more natural, sorry.
Would Evadine know about vampires and that I should ensure they don't rise up?
None of this really smells or looks to you like any vampire work.
Okay. I would bring their bodies together at least and give them a proper blessing. And do people cremate here or bury the dead?
It
in this
depends
world?
on the temple. And you would know
Oh.
that there is a temple here in the Seven Pillared Hall.
Okay.
And the temple
hmm.
would not be too far off from the Half Moon Inn. But this temple is home to Abadar, the god of
Abadar.
civilization, law, and progress. The problem here is when you look at it and approach, this place has been destroyed. It's as if something heavy, something bludgeoned the place to fall in on itself. And presumably, as you've looked all over, the cleric that lives here, or at least tended to it, is no more.
Okay. I look to Ren and say, we can't bury all of them, but we can burn them and give them eternal rest. That might be more efficient.
He would bring up the argument of starting a fire underground, but he does agree in that sentiment.
Okay, we'll put the survivors to help out.
That's how you know he's half drow. We're in a big ass open cavern right now. We're fine.
Yeah, he's not that experienced with the underground.
Oh,
And
they're all buried because they're underground? That's what you're saying?
I don't know. Who knows? That's the drow, not the half drow. That being said, amongst the last few corpses you find, the only real notable one is Brug.
Brug. Brug
The ogre.
survived.
No, he's dead.
No, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
That fucker.
The
I'm gonna
only
kick his
thing
corpse.
about him that is left. Oh, sorry. I'll say the parts that are missing. It's easier. You can see that his jaw is missing, and that his belly was sliced open. Again, with the same natural weapons you saw from the corpses of the Half Moon family.
Damn, I almost feel bad about kicking him now.
And, it's evident. You can see that he tried running away, and you can see his guts kind of spilled over 10, 20, 30 feet.
It's far.
When you say natural weapons, like huge natural weapons, or like
When I speak of natural weapons, think of like teeth, claws.
yeah, how big are the teeth or claw marks?
No more than,
Like a
I would say, a medium-sized humanoid at most.
oh, okay.
But the damage they're inflicting is severe.
Yeah, I look to Ren and ask, you think this could be a Celion? What was his name again? Sorry.
Sicilian, yes.
A Celion, I got it right.
Would probably say, Ben would definitely say he's unsure. We only saw part of his demon form. But that being said, his demon form was larger than whatever this is. Think huge in size for his demon form, for Acelion, while his regular human form is medium.
Yeah. Okay, well, start the work on collecting the bodies and burning them as soon as the survivors recover enough to help out.
With that, I'll say, as you make that statement, all of you are going to feel light rumbling.
Oh, what did you guys do this time?
And those that are in the tower, specifically probably Vesper and Carl, would know that it seems like there's a mechanism in place in the tower for when the teleportation circle is activated. So you would know that. The rest of you just feel this rumble, and it emanates all throughout the seven-pillared hall. And you can hear, at some point, eventually an explosion occurs, coming towards where the teleportation circle would be. and you know that
That's
it was covered up. It was covered, kind of destroyed with rubble, and its foundation being broken. The magical etchings just disrupted as well.
That's just Krimbeck, Vesper, and Carl who sees it, right?
No, they would just know that the Krimbeck probably would see the explosion. Maybe you as well, Ren, G, Epidine,
Okay.
and the rumbling. But Carl and Vesper would know when the teleportation circle is being activated. It seems like that's the mechanism in the tower. But you would all know that teleportation circle was disrupted, destroyed, its magical etchings broken, the like. It was covered in rubble, basically. And you just hear an explosion.
I'm gonna look out towards the explosion. See if they can see anything.
Is there any windows in the council chamber? Yeah.
You know what? I'll say yes. Magical windows. One-sided windows. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
There you go.
The police have magic windows.
And as you look towards the explosion, you're just going to see some humanoid figures within the smoke. And that's where we'll end today's session. For now.
Sweet.
I swear to God, if it's the Raven Roost Bandits,
I'm
I'm going ballistic.
The return.
Well, find out next week, Tuesday.
Yeah.
But that was session 31. Woo!
31. Woo.
I see it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna grab dinner.
Yep, yeah, that's a good idea. All right,
I'll-
that is
Have a good
the
one.
stream.
Yeah. See
Thanks
you
for
next
playing.
week. Yeah.